They say NXIVM is gone, dismantled, a forgotten chapter buried in court documents, a monster locked away for good. That's the official story, the one they sell you on the news. But I've heard the whispers, stories that leak from the cracks of this forgotten town like a slow poison. They say the rituals never truly ended, that something was anchored here, an energy, a presence, in their first forgotten chapter house, a place left to rot. Tonight, I find the truth, or it finds me. The old door groans in protest, a sound like a dying breath, and then the air hits you. It's heavy, thick, unmoving. It smells of cheap, sickly sweet candles, and beneath that, the dry, dusty scent of decaying paper, the smell of forgotten promises. It doesn't feel empty in here. It feels like a place that is holding its breath, just waiting to exhale. My flashlight beam cuts through the oppressive darkness. It lands on stacks of corporate-branded binders, self-help manuals promising a better life. Every single one is coated in a thick, uniform layer of gray dust, untouched for years. But the walls are different. They're clean, almost obsessively so, as if someone still comes here to read them, to worship them. And that's when I see the carvings, not paint, scratched deep into the plaster with something sharp. Symbols, geometric patterns that hurt to look at. They seem to writhe at the edge of my vision. And the photos. God, the photos. An entire wall is covered in them, a grotesque collage of hope. Rows and rows of smiling headshots, men and women, their eyes filled with that bright, vacant light of the newly converted. So many are crossed out, vicious red slashes like a predator marking its kills. But some are untouched, and they have dates scrawled next to them, in a shaky, desperate hand. Dates from last month, last week. What happened on those dates? Who were these people? A floorboard creaks, loudly, not under my feet, somewhere behind me, in the blackness down the hall. My blood runs cold. I stop breathing, listening. Silence. Just the old house settling. It has to be. My nerves are shot. That's all it is. I force myself to move forward. My boots crunch on something. The floor is littered with the brittle remains of old candles, arranged in patterns I don't recognize. And between them, dark, rust-colored stains that have soaked deep into the wood. I don't need a forensic lab to know what they are. And then I find the room, the one from the testimonies, the initiation chamber. The air is instantly colder in here, a biting, unnatural chill that sinks into my bones. My breath mists in the beam of my flashlight. In the center of the room, a perfect circle, drawn on the floor in a fine gray ash, so precise, so deliberate. And in the very center of that circle, an altar. Not wood, just a simple table of cold, sterile steel. Resting upon it is the brand, their symbol, their mark of devotion, their weapon. Even in the dark, it feels hot, malignant. Suddenly, the air begins to shimmer, like heat haze on a summer road. The shadows on the walls, cast by my own light, stretch and twist. They're taking shape, human shapes, kneeling, mute figures surrounding the circle. I see their hands holding someone down on the steel table, and I hear it, not with my ears, but inside my skull. A sharp, electric sizzle, and I smell it, the coppery tang of blood and the unforgettable sickening stench of burning flesh. My stomach lurches, a wave of nausea washes over me. This isn't a memory, it's an echo, a psychic scar left on this place, playing on a loop forever. My heart is a frantic drum against my ribs. They can see me. The shadows have no faces, but I feel their collective gaze on me. Cold, curious, hungry. The shadows are turning. They know I'm here. Okay, that's it. Time to go. I've seen enough. I've seen too much. I turn to run, but a low, ethereal glow stops me cold. It's coming from the ash circle on the floor. It's pulsing, a sickly, gangrenous green light. The old dead candle wicks around it begin to glow, not with fire, but with a cold, dead light. The shadows on the walls are no longer still. They dance and writhe, their faces elongate, mouths stretching open in silent, eternal screams. A loud metallic clang echoes in the room. The brand, it fell. But I look back, and it's still on the altar. Its shadow is what moved. And there, standing on the other side of the glowing circle, a figure coalesces from the gloom, more solid than the others. A woman. Her face is a blur of darkness, but I can see the scar on her skin. The brand. It's glowing, a faint red ember, burning through the fabric of her clothes. She takes a single silent step towards me and dissolves back into nothing. No, I'm out. I'm getting out of here. I run for the door, my footsteps echoing in the sudden oppressive silence. I grab the heavy iron doorknob and twist it. Locked. It wasn't locked before. I know it wasn't. The window. I rush to it, my fingers scraping at the frame, clawing at the wood. It's sealed shut, nailed shut from the outside. This isn't a building. It's a cage, a trap. I spin back to face the room. The glowing is brighter now, the sickly green light painting the walls in strokes of pure nightmare. The papers on the altar, the ledger of names, begin to flip over one by one, lifted by an unseen, malevolent hand. My God, it wasn't just a ritual. It was an anchor, a permanent stain on reality, a gateway they opened and never bothered to close. They never left this place. They were just waiting for someone to listen. Waiting for me. The air directly in front of my face begins to crackle with energy, to burn. The symbol, the brand, it's forming in midair. Not an image, a three-dimensional scar being burned into the fabric of reality itself. I can feel its heat on my skin, and it's reaching for me. Welcome to the next level.